Hey, this is Jada, and I wanted to jump into a concept talking about secondary dominance. I mentioned it in my last video, so I want to go ahead and do a quick video on secondary dominance. We've been in C for a little while now, so I want to change the key back to something else that so you can get a feel for all your keys. So let's go ahead and jump into the key of D. Numbers are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and back to 1. Now, a secondary dominant. This is kind of I'm not going to go deep into this. I just kind of want to introduce it. But basically what is happening is we know our number system. Sorry, I'm in D. We know our number system, and we know that the 1 chord is major, 2 is minor, 3 is minor, 4 is major, 5 is major, 6 is minor, 7 is diminished, and we're back to 1. So a secondary dominant is where you take a chord that is not major in this case, because we know a dominant chord, when we apply our sevens, has the root of a major chord. So let me get in D. This is our major chord, but if we made it a dominant chord, and this note isn't in the key, but this is a dominant chord. Now watch this. This chord right here, even though right now I'm in the key of D and showing you this chord, this chord belongs in the key of G. Let me show you that really quick. See, we have a C right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. Now let me go ahead and play all this would be a 1 major 7 in G, 2 minor 7 in G, 3 minor 7, 4 major 7. Now watch this. Here's our 5 chord. It's dominant. Guess what? It's got that note in it that we're looking for to make a chord dominant. Now let me apply this to the key of D to make this make a little bit more sense. When we're applying a secondary dominant, we're literally going out of the key for 1 chord, and then we're coming back to our chord, or coming back to our key with the chord that we were originally going to anyway. So if I'm playing in D, so that's in the key of D. Now we know if I wanted to get straight to my 5, I know I could do a 2, 5, 1. But that would be the way if we were staying completely in the key of D. I can take this 2 and go ahead and borrow the dominant chord, which would be this E major chord. Now I know E major dominant is the dominant of A major, and lo and behold, that's exactly where I want to go. This is my target note, which is, it's my 5 in D flat. So in the key of D, it is my 5 chord. But at this moment, I want to make the transition a really strong pull to this chord. So instead of, and you'll hear this a lot in gospel music, but if I'm on the 1 and then I can go to the 2, I'm still in D. I just went to that A real quick. I jumped out real quick. So normally, we're here. And we remember this from another video. That was how you would normally do a 2-5-1. But right there, I'm going to my 1, and then if I can do a secondary dominant on my 2, because I know I'm going here. So I'm tonicizing this chord. I played 2 dominant chords in a row. See that? I want you to see it again. Here's I'm kind of playing the same thing in both hands so you can see it. And then my dominant here. And then I went to my 1. So back to that song I just did. the chord. See that? So instead of just going straight to the 2, I can play that, but it sounds like it wants to pull you real strong to that major chord there. And we're saying, oh, what E major doesn't fit in D major. You're right, it doesn't. E major, the chord, fits in A major, and this is the chord we're going to. So for one chord in time, when we hit this chord, we're in A. When we get to our A, but guess what? A is in the key of D. Yet this is a great reason, using these secondary dominants, to know all your keys. It's one reason I keep showing you different things in different keys. Know all your keys so you can jump in and out when you want to and come right back. We have not lost the melody. In this case, we were on the 2, but the melody note here is the dominant 7 of that chord, so there's no threat from changing to here. It's only one note different. There's no threat to the, we're not sacrificing the melody or anything to go out of the key. This note matters here, and it still leads us here. Only thing we changed was making this a stronger pull. We wanted to lead here, so the whole chord gave us great voice leading to lead us to these 2 notes, really strong for that A. Now, I don't want it to seem like we can just do secondary dominant on the 2 chord. If you're thinking faster than what I'm talking, any of those minor chords in our key can be ripe for a secondary dominant. And so let's jump into that really quick. We just talked about the 2 going to the 5, but there's also the 3 chord that's minor and the 6 chord that's minor. So let's deal with that real quick. Right there. This is not normally, when I did this, I'm making this dominant to get to my 7-3-6. But watch this. That would be right as well. But we're feeling this strong pull because we want to tonicize this target chord. Why is this a target chord? We're landing on this and we're kind of staying here a minute. So when we park here and give this a dominant right before the chord we're hanging on, it's like, oh, we feel like there's a resolution there. So we're on our 2. And then I took my minor chord, and then I'm about to go to the 2, so I just went ahead and made that major to get there. See that? I was on the minor, back to my 2. I made this one, tonicized this chord. So in this instance, when we did this, we went from this F sharp to the B. We were going to B minor. For a split second, we're in B minor. But then once I got to this B minor, I'm on this key. Now for a split second, I'm going to be in E minor. Watch this. Now I'm tonicizing my E minor. And in every case, I'm right back to the key of D. I have not sacrificed the melody yet, and you don't want to sacrifice the melody. But I'm going out of the key just by changing these chords from minor chords to major chords, and not just a major chord, but a dominant chord specifically, because we want to give that strong pull. Let's do that. Or this one here. All 3 of those. So we were temporarily just right there. We can do that in that song over and over, or we can keep it straight. It's giving you new possibilities, new choices. We're in the key of D. That's our global key, but we went to the key of B minor. We also went to the key of E minor, and then we also went to the key of A major. So it's all about the concept of the secondary dominant is about thinking about where you're going, not necessarily what key you're always in. Now, it's important. I want to throw this out. It's important for you to know this scale because you know what's in this key. These are your diatonic keys, and you've got everything you need to play a song, when you're in this key. But you don't always want to just do that because sometimes you want to spice things up a little bit. But when you're spicing things up, I know the big thing a few years ago was making fat chords and all this type of thing. But you don't have to make a chord fat. You can just borrow a chord from another key. And when you borrow that chord, that means you are literally taking that chord, in this case, this secondary dominant, and using it to tonicize a chord that's in your key. So we went out, we made, this was a key, this was a key. And if we really want to be technical, we can go ahead and make this diminished chord that's here a dominant 7-2. Let's go ahead and see how we can do that. Let's see, we're in the key of D. I forgot I didn't tonicize this note here, this 3 chord. Now we didn't have anything to, it's a lot harder because we don't often stay on a 3 chord very much. The target we're using for this is F sharp minor. I'm thinking of a key that's got a 3, 6, 2, 5 or so let me try this. Sorry about that. Hold on. I messed myself up. Sorry. So if I'm gonna do that, I kind of want to. Let me see. I'm gonna break this up differently. It sounds a lot further out. See what I'm saying? Because I picked a couple of notes out of that. But that would be, if this is my dominant chord, that's what this is. Maybe that's a voicing that would be best for this situation. Yeah, with the least abrasion. We don't want to sacrifice the melody, like we said. So we can even get that 7 in there, and this is a key. So this was a key, this was a key, this was a key. I didn't even go and talk about it, but if I went in a song, this can be a key too. The 1 chord, this is our 1 chord, and it's normally major, and we know our major 7 is here, but that's not a dominant chord. So if we play a 1, and if we're going to a 4, watch this. How do I want to voice it? See what I'm saying? Let me go ahead and make this a straight chord. I'm using an inversion, but that's my dominant chord. So, see that? Here we go again. As you can see, we can make that a key too. So, we can be in D, we can be in E minor temporarily, F sharp minor temporarily, although this one is the hardest, G temporarily, G major, A major temporarily, B minor temporarily. Now, this one here, we would not normally be in D flat, C sharp, or anything temporarily, because if you notice, that is generally not a target chord. I mean, we can pass through it, like we did if you're watching the I think it's the flat 13 video, Glenn Gibson, when he went outside of the key and used and tonicized that 7 really quick. I would be using this to go here, to go here, to go here, to go here. But that's much, I'm not even going that far out when I'm doing this today. But what I'm trying to show you, key, this is our global key. This is our key. Key. Minor key we can go to temporarily, temporary, 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 and temporary. So we can hit everything but the 7 temporarily as a key in the chorus of a song. And it really introduces everything. Now, if you don't know your scale of E minor, F sharp minor, G major, A major, and this is B minor. If you don't know those scales, you don't know the numbers of those scales. And so it would make it difficult for you to go to that key, even temporarily, for one chord, because you wouldn't know that this B is the 5 of E minor and that you can get your dominant to go there. So I'm talking about secondary dominants, but I want to emphasize one more time. Go ahead and learn all your keys, your scales, your chords. Know what the number system is in all your major keys and minor keys so that you can be able to dip in and out at will without sacrificing the melody. Like, we haven't even gotten deep yet. We're still very much in the melody of the key that we're already on. But and I'm going to call that our global key. But we can have a local key. That's what I'm global, that meaning I'm thinking worldwide. This is the one that encompasses everything. But local, right where you're at. You're going to the 6. Well, right now we're thinking that this is the 1 and this is the 5, and it took us there. B minor is our 1 for 10 seconds. That's our local key. And so know the difference between your global keys and your local keys, and know your scales and chords in all of them. If you like this kind of content, go ahead and like and subscribe to this channel. Comment places you've used secondary dominance, things like that. If you're looking for lessons, or if you have questions about this particularly, because I know it's a little bit further past the other concepts I've been throwing out here. They were really easy to grasp, but this one is a little bit further out there. And so if you have questions about that kind of thing, go ahead and email me at jadaonpiano at gmail.com. And then also go ahead and share it with your friends, especially if you enjoy this type of stuff. So take care till the next video. Happy practicing and be blessed.